Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington. And today we are reviewing The Expanse, Season 6, Episode number 5,
Mhm.
Why We Fight. Another great episode. This joint has an 8.5 rating thus far on
I agree with that.
IMDb.
I
It's
agree
pretty
with
dope,
that. I think
right?
it's a good rating. Yeah, that's a solid rating.
Now, do you believe that this will only be 6 episodes long?
Yeah, it looks like it. Which to me that's bothersome because it's a lot to finish off this whole story in one episode. There's a
They
lot of
did
storylines
say
they gotta get
they
to.
did say the last episode will be about an hour and a half long, episode number 6, if that is the case. They say that
Yeah.
the budget that they were given, they were not able to achieve the entire storyline in the bang
hmm
over 10 or 12 episodes, so they had to shorten it to 6 episodes because they just didn't
hmm
have enough money per episode to really, give it its all. So I
Which kind
understand
of
the
sucks.
creative, ness of it. And it's
hmm
just like we need to do a really great job. So we may need to break this down to 6 episodes. But
Yeah.
man, if next week is the last episode and it's an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes long, it better be,
Oh, it's gonna be a battle of all battles, though. I can tell you that.
well, just based on
Just
episode
what?
number 5, it was just like
Yeah.
incredible here, man. It's
It's gonna
again,
be a
we started
shootout.
off on Laconia again with the space dogs and everything else. But
This
I
is the thing,
really,
though.
mhm.
Even if you had the whole hour and a half, that's not enough to get into why this story is important. They
Mhm.
dragged it on for so long, they didn't get to why you should care about Laconia. Like, even with the space dogs and you brought your zombie brother back, okay, that's great, but why are you there? There's a
You
bigger
said your
story to
zombie
that.
brother. He's a zombie now, isn't he, dude?
He's a zombie, man.
He's
Yo, he
something
looks
for
weird.
real.
He
Those
looks like
those
a vampire or
those
something.
dogs, man, they like surrounded the three of them. I was like, whoa, what is this here? They
Yeah,
they
his
look
eyes
really
look crazy
suspicious, right?
too.
Yeah, aren't they? Right?
His
Oh
eyes look
man,
crazy.
Alexander is about to become something, and
Dang,
who knows? He may
Anthony's gonna
help the
start the
he
he's
may
gonna start
help
the
like
zombie
the
apocalypse, man.
oh
He'll
my
start buying
goodness.
mofos, eh?
What if they like went in that direction for season 7 if it ever comes out?
Yeah, I don't know if they can do season 7.
Zombies.
Do a
That
book
would
or
be
no, they don't need a
crazy.
book. They need a cartoon. They need something. They
Animated,
gotta.
dude. They can go animated and kill it the last 3 seasons.
How much does it cost more to do animation than a live action show?
I'm
Because like
going
the
to
cost of
say
live
I don't
action has
think so.
gone down. 'Cause you gotta
Mhm.
think about it, right? They already have the sets,
Mhm.
and they've got the crew and everybody. You don't have to really hire people to go do this. Everything's cheaper now for to do special effects. Like, is doing animation the same cost as doing live action, or is it better, or what? I don't know.
I think I'm gonna
It
say
depends on how good it is.
animation. Yeah, I mean, like, don't forget, like with the foundation, they said they had over 1,000
Mhm.
um, graphic designer and video, just
Yeah,
animation
just
like
doing
editors and
effects.
things like
Yeah.
that, all from all over the world. So it's just like, so
Mhm.
I'm sure that you know doing animation in the box, you have that ability, CAD programs, the whole nine. I'm
Mhm.
quite sure it's expensive, but I am absolutely sure that it's less expensive than shooting like a real film.
Yeah. It feels like it could be, but like the cost of everything has gone down considerably from back in the day.
Yeah.
Because the 4K cameras or whatever they got to film it, like those are dime a dozen now, where they used to be rare, and the quality has gone up considerably. The computers that used to do this stuff, 4 years ago, that was an insane thing. Now you can just buy a MacBook Pro and a laptop and do everything you were doing beforehand. So
That's it,
the
dude. Come
technology
on.
is crazy right now. So I think
Mhm.
that probably for both ends the cost has gone down. It has to have gone down. Like
Mhm.
you're talking before, like the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, they're using a wall, a LED wall. They're not
That's
even
it,
on
dude.
location anymore.
Yeah.
And it looks good. It doesn't look like it's
It
fake or whatever.
Man, like you said, it has come so far. It is so
Mhm.
good. And just imagine what the future is going to be like with all this movie creation and animation and everything else like that. It's going to be absolutely insane, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Well, there's no limits now, really. It's about time when you can release it and your budget, really. Like,
That's really
anything
it.
you want to do, you can technically do it now, and it's not a big deal.
That is it, man. Listen, it's I think they should go animation. It'd be cheaper. It'd probably be sexier, doper.
Mhm.
Um, and they can just be more flexible and just expand their creativity with animation. I think that's what animation is. Someone was saying something. I was looking at a video and they were saying that animation is the way forward
Mhm.
because it's so crazy. You got the cyberpunk animation, all the other stuff. I mean, look at the animation stuff we saw on like Love, Death, and Robots. Man, come on.
Hey, yeah.
That stuff is
There's
amazing,
some
right?
really solid, it's uncanny valley level stuff there
Yeah.
for a
Hmm.
couple videos. But
It
the
is
Michael B.
insane.
Jordan one where he used the soldier, like that looked amazing.
That was,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
again though, it's only 8 minutes long though, so you can make it amazing for 8 minutes.
how
I
much
don't know how
did you
much
think
work is
that
it to
cost
put
for
an
8
hour.
minutes? How much
A
did you think
grip.
that cost? Like, I mean, with Michael B. Jordan, everything else.
No, but like because it was realistic, the animation. Like it looked like a person in some points. It
Yeah.
didn't look like a cartoon.
Shot in
So
one
that's what I'm saying.
location, too. Hmm.
Yeah, so like that thing. Well, I mean, we're looking at Avatar too with what they're doing. Like is he shooting both movies back to back for Avatar 2 and 3? And he's doing
I
all this
heard. Hmm.
he's doing the same basically thing what they did for that the Love, Death and Robots. Like it's all 3D. And what he did in that movie versus what coming next for the next two movies are going to be crazy.
I
I'm actually
mean,
looking forward to that movie.
when I saw Avatar, I was like, wow, this is some newfangled stuff right here, right? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, this
I
is
saw the
dope,
theater
right?
like, oh damn, this 3D
I was
actually
like,
looks good.
wow. Yeah, I was
This is
like,
worth
so
it.
so but here's the thing, and then we'll get on to the overview of the Expanse.
Mhm.
Man, Avatar, they better hit that right. Unlike Dune, they
Mhm.
better hit Avatar right out the box.
Well, he had the common sense to film both of those stories back to back. So if it's a huge hit, they're like, "Here's the next movie." Like, just right
Right,
here you go.
exactly. Just like let's 6 months later, bing, we have a
Yeah,
new
let's
movie.
hold this real quick. Like, yeah. So they should
So
have done
let's
with the.
hope that the Expanse isn't over in 6 episodes, but we will see. Um, you want to
They
give a
need to do.
brief? They need to do something, right? Give us
Yeah,
like this feels like a British like some European show, like just 4 or 6 episodes, right?
yeah.
It's
Just like
like, come
screw it, we're
on,
done. I'm not gonna make
yeah,
any more. I just don't
exactly.
feel like it.
It's crazy.
Uh, all
You
right.
want to give a
So
brief overview? Yes.
opening up, it begins with Kara and her zombie brother Zan, who
He's
who's
a
with the
zombie
space
now,
dogs.
dude.
He's a zombie. Like he looks crazy with his eyes, and he's like, I can see stuff. It's obviously protomolecule caused this. Like
Yeah.
that's gotta be obvious. But it brought him back from the dead, and he's feeling like a superhuman now. So that's how you get X-Men. You protomolecule.
Yeah.
You don't really see much about that. He's just hiding from her parents until her brother comes back from the dead, which is
Kind of
weird.
weird.
It's the
Yeah.
worst parents in the history of colonies, of all colonies, in the future and past. Worst parents ever. How you let your daughter roll out a dead kid and you don't notice in the middle of a funeral? What the fuck? What are you
Come on, dude.
doing that's so
You
important
know.
that this middle of your funeral, you don't even bury him? You're like, yeah, we're good. We'll just leave him on this table for a couple of days.
And then
Get
the
out of here.
parents are calling her and she's not even answering. Back in the day, that would
Mhm.
not happen.
But like, I go back to the argument of they're on space planet here, Laconia. You
Mhm.
have no idea all the species on Laconia. You think you know all of them. You have no idea. You're in the middle of a jungle. What's hiding that you have never seen before?
Yeah.
Like you can go to Amazon and see animals that you've never seen before. And we actually try and look for this stuff. So I can only imagine colonists who have been there for a couple of months haven't seen everything on the planet. and you're just letting your kids run wild. That bothers me so much. All right,
Yeah,
all
it's
right, all right.
it's weird.
Yeah, we're going off on a tangent here. So back on the Pella, Marco is talking to Roosevelt, and she proves that she's an excellent leader, and Marco is a dummy. He's
Mm-hmm.
not a good leader. She's an excellent leader. She's good with speeches. She knows when to be a boss, when to lay back, and like let me let you figure it out. She's got good, like basketball. You got the good touch. When you got
Yeah,
to shoot hard or whatever. She's got
mhm,
perfect touch. She can read
yeah,
people
she
really well.
does. Mhm.
And yeah, so she looks at Marco sitting there whining like, "Oh my god, they hate me," which rightfully so. You killed a bunch of people in the belt,
They
and
don't like me
she's like,
anymore.
yeah, and she's like, "Yo, look at the speech your son gave you, man. They believe in you. Like, come on, man, what are you doing?" And yeah, they showed they got the real guns in the gate, which is crazy.
Mm,
That it kind of reminded me of Stargate. They got those kind of things to control who can come in and out of the gate,
yeah,
and they got some giant rail. How many rail guns was it? Like they think it's like 6
they think it's
or
6,
7.
man, and those joints do
It's
not
Swiss cheese those
play.
ships. Laid them out, man. That's a huge problem.
Yeah,
So they're like, we can't use nukes because protomolecules, so they don't know what to do now. So they jump back to Ceres, and Christian is talking to the generals, and they're like, "Yo, Mars is so stupid. We told them not to go. They got what they got." And they're trying to figure out a strategy, and they're realizing like Marco's on his way to the ring right now. We got to do something about this. And they're realizing they're outgunned because of Mars being idiots. They ran out there and lost all their ships, so they're well outgunned, outclassed, and they don't have enough ships right now. So they're trying to figure out what to do. Uh, this is interesting for Christian because like it shows that she's growing as a character
yeah,
because she was stringing up mofo's back in season 1. The
dude.
belter, she was hanging them on hooks, like, yo, beat it
Yeah,
out of this guy, get the information. And now she's like, I don't know if that's a mean thing to do. Like, maybe we should be nicer. Like, that's that. I thought that was interesting.
mhm,
So Rocinante, they're chilling back. They made the series, and they're watching Kamina, or Naomi's watching Kamina bring in all the food and all the rations that Marco's been holding on to,
mhm.
which is crazy because they had nothing. They're about to run out. It was air and water. They're gonna run out in like a couple
Air,
days.
water, seeds,
Yeah, it was a wrap.
food,
It was a
everything. It's a
it was an
wrap.
extra wrap for series. It was about to be
Oh,
done. Kamina to the rescue, and so Naomi feels like she's feeling good. Like the belt is working together with the humans
mhm.
and Earth, and it's looking good right now. And oh, excuse me. I thought it was hilarious that Kamina's coming here with all this food. Everybody knows
Mhm.
who she is, and you is like, nah, you can't come here. We gotta go through your ship and make sure there's no big bad guys on board or anything like that.
Come
The
on.
free navy, like I get it, but now's not the time for that. Like
Yeah.
this is not. It went from your problem to not being your problem, and you're like, nah, nah, nah. I still want it to be my problem. Like I don't understand that. I I do get though that, and I think the show has done a good job showing that there's really a lot of bad blood between the belt and Earth and
Yeah,
Mars.
for sure.
Like they hate each other,
They hate each other,
and
seriously.
there's a couple times. I'll get to that in a second. So Kamina comes back with the food, and Christian is trying to sweet talk her into doing a meeting, and she's like, "Nah, I'm good," because like
Mhm.
her reputation precedes her. Everybody knows who she
Right.
is, and they
Exactly.
all hate her. They think she's a scumbag, and
Mhm.
rightfully so. She's done some foul things. Um, so Philip is back on Pele, and he's talking to, was it Teodoro? Deo?
Ty,
Tadeo? Tadeo?
Tadeo. Tadeo.
Tadeo.
Tadeo.
Tadeo.
Mhm. Tadeo.
And
Tadeo.
he's in
Tadeo.
jail.
Tadeo.
Potato, potato. He's in jail because he's trying to find out what happened to his brother.
uh,
And I thought this was really interesting here because it hit this guy like a ton of bricks. Like, oh my god, I'm a clown. I killed my brother.
yeah.
Like he just realized, like, oh damn, we're not the good
Mhm.
guys. And Philip was like, oh damn, you're right. Because you can see
Mhm.
through the whole show, Philip was like, I don't know.
Philip is going back and
Not feeling
forth though.
good.
He's like, "Yes, I'm a warrior. No, I'm not. I want to be more passionate. I don't know what's up
I
with this
don't
guy."
I don't believe that speech for a second that he made on the last show. I don't believe that for a second.
No.
Hit the real Philip is what he was talking to this dude because it was more human. Like you had that fake bravado to be like, look, I'm in charge, whatever. But that what he was talking to this guy because he was out there working with him, putting
Yeah.
the armor plating back on the ship,
Mhm.
and like he sees how like what real work is, and he's like, yo, this sucks. So yeah, I don't think that he's 100% on board. I think that he's feeling really guilty about what he's doing to the belt because like whatever they do to Earth, it's like this is fine, but this is the first time that they had direct repercussions to the belt, and they can see what happened to people they know. So like I think he's real conflicted about it.
Yeah. He's
Um,
killing his own
back
people.
on yeah,
Mhm.
so back on series, Joseph is trying to grow an arm, which reminded me of Deadpool so much. We had the little tiny hand. it,
Oh
it,
my
it's
goodness.
kind of it's kind of
Or even
interesting, like how
Scary
far.
Movie.
Yeah, yeah, with the little he had the little tiny hand.
Right. Mhm.
I was like, oh, that's gross, but also funny. But
Totally
so
funny.
it's kind of interesting what kind of technology they have, like for health wise, because
Yeah.
when they get sick, they just lay in the chair. The chair fixes them for the most part.
Mhm.
And Kamina said she regrew her spine. So
Yeah.
like technology's got to be crazy what they're capable of doing out there. If your arm got cut off and you could grow a new arm if you healed it correctly or you saved part of it,
It's
that's
pretty amazing.
nuts.
That's pretty
That's
amazing, dude.
really nuts.
Mhm.
So I thought that was cool, but also like I didn't really care about that story too much.
Mhm.
He's gonna get a robot arm. I hope it's a cool robot arm, but whatever.
It was a filler story.
Holden,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a filler story. Holden is he talks to Christian about the ships going through the ring,
Mhm.
and he says we should tell Marco about it. And Christian, I thought Christian was gonna jump around the room and strangle him. Like, dude, what the hell
Right.
is wrong with you? Like
What type of move was that?
Holden is too good for his for himself.
I
For
think it's something else though.
oh, he's guilty. He feels guilty about what's going on,
Mhm.
especially for Naomi. But like, dude,
Mhm.
there's people you can't save. You gotta look at it like, you know what, that guy from World War II, like, he's fine. Whatever happens to him, let him get Swiss cheese. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like, there's people you can't save. You just gotta let it be what it is.
Yeah.
And he keeps trying to save Marco for some reason. I'm like, dude, man, he's gone. Let him be.
Yeah. I like I said, I kind of think I know why, but we can get to it
Mhm.
after your
Yeah,
overview.
we'll get to that after.
Mhm.
So Kamina she's trying to walk through security like a regular belter. I thought that was hilarious. All the other belters like, what the you're Kamina, like go through the line. What are you doing?
Exactly.
And then that Nico administrator person,
I don't
I
like
never
her.
wanted to I never wanted to slap somebody so much in my
Mhm.
entire life. How dare you say anything to her? You guys were down to 2 days of food or whatever you had left. You were already under the boot of the UN, and you come in here like, oh, how's it feel to be a lapdog right now? Like, what? She saved you. She didn't have to do this. She
She has
lost
to
men
go.
for this. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm watching this show. Like, I don't even want to slap Philip sometimes when Philip's doing his thing. I was like, you know what? These are kids. It is this Nico person. I
She's
wanted to
got to
reach
go.
through my Amazon screen and just like, bow,
She's got
like,
to
hold that.
go, dude. She's got to go.
How how short-sighted and naive and stupid can one person be? Like, I get you got the ego thing of, it's the belt. We got to stick together with the belt. Like, she was talking tough the last show about we don't need the Earth. How? How are you going to
Exactly.
get air? Where are you going to get air from food? Like, oh, okay. So
Insane.
she takes a picture of her. That irritated even more because she's gonna send it to
She's gonna put it
somebody.
on TikTok or something.
It's gonna be space TikTok. She's gonna put this out
Mhm.
there. And the last thing that I want to talk about is Christian walking through the space station in her boss boots, going up to Kamina, yo. Yo, that was a boss move of all boss moves. She's like, everybody here hates me. They all want to kill me. She's like, let me put my boots on. We're walking through the station. Like, let's go.
Mhm.
I love that. I loved everything about that.
Yo,
So
listen.
they talked it out, and they're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm not gonna work for you, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
help you.
Let's
Now it's like
combine
that
forces.
double boss moves from them, both of them, two of my favorite people on the show. I
Mhm.
loved it. So that's my recap for the show. Boss boots.
Let's get into the boss boots and Christian. Listen, from season 1, episode 1 to season
Yes.
6, episode
Mhm.
5, Christian has always been mad stylish, snatched, makeup flawless, the whole nine. I mean, who is doing this woman's wardrobe, because she is flawless every single show.
Yeah. Her makeup department is killing it. They all high fiving each other after they're done. Like, yo, we did it this time.
Killing
Like,
it.
let's
This
go.
man, she needs to win some sort of an award for her character, the role she's playing in the show. Again, she's been there since day one. Like, and wow,
Mhm.
she is. That was a boss move. That whole
That
outfit
was
was
her
sick.
boss.
That
Yeah.
outfit was sick.
Her
Forget
leather,
about it.
her leather was flowing
That
like a
outfit,
cape. Like, let's go.
that outfit was sick. It was totally sick for real. I was just like, wow, okay, so this is boss right here. Okay, let's take it from the top.
Mhm.
Laconia, the space
Yeah.
dogs, the zombie Alexander the
That kid's
zombie.
a zombie. I don't care what you tell me. That kid's a zombie. He's gonna kill
What do you
somebody or
think?
something.
What is going on with the space dogs, dude? There is something up with those space
It is
dogs.
creepy. I think that they have evolved because of the protocol molecule that they're playing with down there. Because they definitely have brought it down to the planet surface. Whatever's going
Or,
on.
but what about, okay, so we're talking about the protomolecule, but what about that sort of object, that structure that Holden he's been speaking about? Like, hey, this structure, that's
Well, because they
on the
had it on the
planet.
other planet. They had it on the other planet, and they
Right.
set it off by accident. So
Mhm.
like that thing is there still,
Yeah.
but I think the space dogs have evolved from the pro molecule. Like there's some kind of connection to it
Okay. So
because
yeah,
they're healing
there
people.
is.
Like there's something more to them than they're just a regular mammal on a new
Do you
planet and they can
do
kill
you
people. That don't
think
make
they
any sense.
have evil intentions? The dogs,
I don't think so.
bad intentions, I should say.
I don't
Evil
think
as
they
well.
have like
Mhm.
a scale of good or bad. I
Mhm.
think they just exist and they're not threatening. I guess that's the best way to describe it. But
Mhm.
there's something has to be happening with the protomolecule and what's going on that planet. There has to be some connection to it because like otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
The dog eyes are now, well, the Alexander's eyes are now the same color and, just
It's a dog eye.
glowiness of the dog eyes.
Yeah, yeah. There's something.
So,
There's something to that.
and because Alexander is now some sort of a space person, space
Alien
zombie or
human
something.
hybrid.
Right, exactly. What do you think? I mean, is he going to become like a super, like, soldier, and he can end the war? It's just so really strange about the dogs, the kids, Kara and also Alexander. Like, I don't know I don't know how to wrap my head around that, like where it may go. I'm not sure.
Well, you remember when Peach's dad was experimenting with those kids? Like, some of them had powers.
Hmm.
They were doing wild stuff. And when those kids like
For
took
real.
somebody apart, they like his
Mhm.
skeleton was on the ground and all his veins and
Mhm.
everything. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
was
remember
wild.
that. Like in a
Yeah. So
room
like,
and whatnot. Like,
yeah.
ooh.
So being around the protomolecule can give you powers or whatever. So
Mm.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Hmm.
maybe that's what happened to the kid, and that's his connection because he said that he can see things now, and that's another byproduct of protomolecule because they could see
Right.
electricity and energy, whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, who knows? I would keep my eye on him, right? If that was a spoiler, I would be like, you keep an eye on this kid. Something crazy is gonna happen.
Yeah, That's true, man. That's true. Um, okay, so we have the Martians who, oh my goodness, went with 9 ships. Was it 9 ships they went with?
Yeah, it was a couple. It was at least 8 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So they went to, attack Medina Station, and also just everything in the ring or near the ring, and
because they laid out the guard ships. They rolled right over the guard ships, and that was no problem for them.
No problem.
Which I think, if they were back in the fleet with the UN, this thing with Marco would have probably been finished already, because these guys are better using these ships than everybody else is. So I think that the railgun messed up everybody's plans. And
so this railgun, what is that all about? Where did it come from?
They're using the proto-molecule and part of the ring to build the railgun thing. Which, well, how did you think about doing something like that? I don't know. Well, you know what, too? They have the top scientists from Mars and the Belt they've been working on this stuff privately. So, I mean, who knows what's possible in the future? I'll give it to them.
These railguns, 6 of them, completely decimated, destroyed, demolished.
Seconds.
Swiss cheese. I mean, it looked like the railguns each shot one. It was just one shot per ship.
Yeah, that just completely one shot gun.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's completely demolished them with one shot. Like, wow, this is crazy. Like, so this new weapon is. I mean, even if the UN and the Martians combine forces to attack the ring,
I can't take these railguns out.
The railguns, man. I mean, come on. And it sounds like the railguns.
Well, Bobby said you can't use nukes because the last time they did it, it tipped off the protomolecule in the rings. So,
and the other thing is like these the railguns, right? It's just like, okay, so if the Martians and the Earthers went there and they attacked, the ring, the railguns would have destroyed them too. The whole fleet.
Yeah. The show would have ended right there with that episode if they went there and helped them.
And the other thing is, like, they were saying, like, these guns, it is possible that these guns are activated when certain things are happening. So it sounded like the railguns were activated because they saw, like, guns being shot, just during the quick battle between, the guard ships near the Medina.
Yeah, so they have to be semi-automatic because you don't want people on those guns actually manning them. Like, that's
right. So maybe there is a way to bypass that. Just go in friendly, like get I guess, I don't know, man. Just maybe a super duper spy mission. I don't know, SEAL Team 6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take like a glider type thing and slip through on the cracks. I don't think a big
old fashioned WW2 technology, gliders.
Parachuted behind enemy lines.
Right.
I don't know. It's gonna take something tiny, because anything larger like a frigate or one of these like the Rocinante, it's gonna Swiss cheese that thing up. Like, there's no question. So I don't think that they have an option. It's gonna be small. I think you're gonna have somebody like Bobby to go through and jump down that area and take them out manually.
Yeah. With her, super duper space suit
the
on.
robot suit.
Right, exactly. So now those that whole Martian brigade or whatever it was, fleet, they're completely destroyed.
They lost all those soldiers too.
They lost all the soldiers as well, all the ships, all the manpower, all the gunpower. And now like the other Martians and the Earthers, they want to attack now, and Christian is like, no, dude, what are you talking about? The Martians just got destroyed. If you guys go there and get destroyed, we're done.
Yeah.
Marcos is like, he won. So it's a shame if
they went there with the whole fleet, though. That's dumb of Mars.
That's dumb as anything, right? We are soldiers. We are going.
Yeah, maybe 2 shifts to just see how it goes. And it does not working out. All right, we're going to come back. They all went together. Like, that was dumb. They should have hung back a little bit.
They need some
See what
battle music, like when you watch Star Wars, it's always battle music,
Yeah,
when,
you got the theme
the fleet
song.
is approaching something, they need battle music, dude, for real,
All right. Expanse
So
team, get on there. We need battle music for the
exactly.
next show.
So because of that, because Christian is like, no, we're not sending any ships there. We have to figure something out. This is why, Christian thought that, hey, you know what? Kamina has the manpower, the ships, the numbers. If we combine forces, maybe we can actually do some
Yeah, pick up
damage.
the slack. Well, because
Yeah.
she picked up all the weapons from the space or whatever the depot was.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're armed to the teeth now.
Yeah, for real.
And they got 8 ships, and some of them are Mars ships too.
Yep.
Because Walker's with them, so they have a pretty good fleet at this moment.
Yeah, man. So
They have a quality fleet because Walker has some Mars ships. I think he's like 4 Mars ships,
yeah.
and a couple other people joined up with them during the last couple of shows. So
And
they got a reasonable
others
fleet
will
right now.
join too, and so that's really the reason why Christian is like interested and maybe
She knows
meeting
if
with
Kamina
Kamina.
joins up, other belters gonna be like, "Well, she's down with it. That's okay."
Right.
Especially after her speech about Marco being a biatch and leaving you guys all
Mm-hmm.
hung out to dry.
Right.
So I think there's definitely people that are probably like, you know what, we're okay with Kamina. She's one of our ride or die, so let's go with her. We hate Earth. We'll still ride with her.
Right.
I think that's a very real possibility.
And that's a really good transition because, she had asked Holden to speak to Naomi so that Naomi can speak to Kamina. So this was like backdoor, and they kind of
Kamina was
up.
like, "Yo, F you."
Mm-hmm.
She gave her a hug like, "F you, F you, F you, F you." I thought that was hilarious.
they have some serious history together, man. So they really respect each other.
Well, that's the reason why Kamina then punched her in her face. Because
Yeah.
if Holden tried to do that, I think she would have kicked him in his jaw, like, get out of here. Because of the history, and she knows that Naomi has the best interest of the belt at heart, even though she sided with Earth. So I think that Kamina was like, "Oh my god, I hate you so much. Like, why you put me in this spot? I just want to chill out with my people, and like, now you make me go to war." And you can tell it was tough for her because she was just like, "F you, here's a hug, F you, in your ear, F you."
But while she was saying that, she also understood like this is the only way we're going to win. The only way is if we combine forces. And now it's going to happen. So I don't know how many remaining ships are with the Earthers, the Martians, and also Luna and whoever else.
Earth has to have at least like 5 big ships, 5 or 6. The thing about Earth is effed up right now.
Yeah.
They killed billions of people.
Manufacturing is gone.
Resources,
just
like
resources,
metals
the
got to
whole
be
nine.
buried. Like the place where you get metal from, that's probably like under a sheet of ice or whatever natural disaster happened over there. So like they don't have resources, they don't have food, and they have to build some big spaceships right now. I think that's a lot harder than it would have been a couple years ago.
She did say something about metal too, about like how scarce metal is. So
So I don't think it's a question of if they had the ability to. I think that they can't make enough right now. Plus they may not have the people to actually do it either. That's also a possibility.
So while Christian was telling or asking Holden about like Kamina and we need her, yada yada yada. Holden had the brightest idea I've ever heard in the history of mankind since I've been living on this earth. The person you are against, the person who has killed billions of people. Now what we want to do is we want to combine forces with this person so that they understand that the ring is much more dangerous than we previously knew, right? So this is my thing. Holden is doing that because he's like, well, hey, if we can do this and if Marco agrees, then it's a win-win. Everyone, the ring, we can save the ring, and
Mhm.
Philip isn't killed. So now I can go to sleep next to my girlfriend, yada yada yada. It's just
And
like,
you
I
see, like,
mean,
wake up, you killed my son. Like,
that is it, dude. And it's just like, that is such
Mhm.
a silly, that when he said that, I was like, okay, I may have lost
I
99.9% respect for him
I
when he
used to
said
like
that.
Holden when this show started, and every time I see him, like, dude, get some sleep, man,
Yeah.
bruh.
And
You
shave.
you need a Snickers because you're not
Mhm.
yourself right now. You're dude. Like you're not making any. You're in the middle of a
You
war,
said a
and you're like,
Snickers.
nah, for space Snickers, man. Like, yo, you're not
I'm
thinking
telling you.
straight. What are you doing? All
Yo,
his decisions are like he's so naive about what he thinks. Like, because Marco, if they were in the reverse, Marco would have just blown their ship up.
oh
No
my goodness,
questions
forget
asked.
about
He
it.
would have blown them. He was trying to blow them up at the time when he was like, "No, you know what? I'll give you a pass."
If Bobby finds out that Holden disarmed the missile, how would she
Mhm.
react? Excuse
Well, we
me.
found out today.
Yeah, she didn't react that,
She,
she was just like laughing the whole nine,
okay, Bobby drunk and Amos drunk is hilarious because
right.
they're terrible drunks, right?
But I also thought that, you know what, they may link up. You know what I'm saying?
I think she went with Amos. I'm not gonna lie. I think she was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Amos was like, "You want to do three way?" She was like, "With me?"
She was like,
Okay. She was like,
no,
"Hmm."
she was like, you want to come? And she was like, with me or with me? He was like, whatever, like, okay. It's just like, she's like,
Yo, Bobby did
really?
the math, and she was like, "Carry the one plus two equals five."
Hmm.
Like,
I'm drunk off this bull crap tequila.
yeah, like
Let's
this
go.
guy's got glitter on his face. Like that's
Mhm.
romantic, man. He's got glitter on his face.
Also
Like, come
kind of
on, let's
gross
go.
because he had just been, colluding with like all these other
This
people in
guy's
brothels is
smashing everything on the
not
base
clean,
right
the
now.
whole nine. Now you about to like, step into the dungeon with this cat, whatever. Um, but
He was gonna quit, and Bobby
he
basically talked
was,
him back into being on the ship.
but he has
Because
said he was
that
going to
was a
quit
solid
before
point,
too.
though. She was like,
Mm,
"Yo, who would you rather be with? You know, people that have your flank and that you care
right.
about,
Mm,
versus just random people that you know. Like he's gone through enough history that he does care about
mm,
them. That's the only reason why he hasn't fought Holden yet is because he
yeah.
cares about them. We're like, dude."
Yeah,
And he
exactly,
made a
man.
point that Holden has saved the universe a couple times, so he's like,
You got to give him that.
ah,
Mhm.
maybe sometimes when I think he's being an idiot, he's making some good points. I don't know.
You
He's
got
like,
to give
yeah,
him
all
that,
right.
you know. And then you have the crew on a Pelham,
Mm-hmm.
um, all happy because the railguns actually worked. And, now they're drinking
They got
really,
drink of Earth drink.
like, really good Earther brandy. And,
Yeah.
you know, so do you think that Philip, he's going in and out? He doesn't know if he wants to be a soldier or warrior. He doesn't know if he wants to save the world, save the Belters, stop killing
Mm-hmm.
people. He's going back and forth. You've noticed that?
Yeah. He's not
Mhm.
100% certain on what team he's on.
Yeah,
Because he definitely 100% feels guilty about all the people that got killed,
yeah,
especially in the belt. Because you know, like when it's just Earth, it's not that big a deal to them, and I get that from their perspective. But like they destroyed a lot of belt people's lives too,
yeah,
especially because yeah, all the people that if you didn't join the Free Navy, were going to kill you, and then you have all these people in the space stations that you left them with nothing, and you're hoarding all of the supplies and stuff like that, and these guys are basically surviving off the goodness of Earth, who they hate each other in the first place. Like that's a dick move, man. I'm sorry,
Mm.
and I think
He
Phil feels bad about it.
and he does show shades of compassion at times. Like for instance,
Mhm,
like he, Tadeo wanted to know
mhm.
what was going on with his brother, and
Yeah, he would have
so
found out for him.
he went and found out for him, and he's dead because
Mhm,
of what Tadeo did. He planted, set bombs, and
mhm,
destroyed the deck or whatever it was. And it was just like, and so there was a moment of compassion there because he was like thinking
mhm,
like, wow, let me, embrace this guy. He's my brother. And then the other thing he was thinking like, wow, we set these
What have we
bombs to
done?
kill our own people.
Well, I think that a
What's
lot
that
of
all
people that are
about?
doing this stuff with Marco, they believe that nothing is going to happen to the belt, and they're
Mm,
just doing this to Earth, and it's all fine. And they don't realize there's trade offs, and there's going to be repercussions to all the stuff they're doing. Like
mm.
that Nico person that's on the space, she's still in La La Land about what's going
Yeah.
on right now.
I think she
You
works with
allowed
Marco.
Marco to, but she's naive because
Yeah.
you allowed Marco to come here. Marco takes all of your stuff. Like he ganged them. Like he took all your stuff.
Like, give me
And,
that stuff.
yeah, he just snatched your chain. He took everything,
Mm,
left you with nothing, and blew up part of your space station. And you're mad at Kamina. Like, what is wrong with the belt? Like the belt is like they're abused to the point where like just simple logic doesn't work for them anymore. Because Naomi's the same way. Kamina thinks like this sometimes, but I think that they have more interactions with other cultures that they can see a larger thing that's
mm.
going on. Like they can see the forest to the trees or wherever the
Yeah.
saying is, trees to the forest. They can kind of see there's a bigger picture at play here than me just being mad at you. Because like
Right.
Kamina meeting with Christian and any other circumstance that would have never happened, but she's like, damn, we got to deal with Marco. And she's
Exactly.
lost people, her family. She lost. Like they're very free on the belt, man. They're hugging, and loving everybody. Like it's
Having
very
drinks,
it's
like
Polly or whatever. I don't
lots
know
of
what it is.
bars there.
Yeah,
Lots of things to do. Brothels,
they got
just
space brothels. They're very free, man.
it's everything, man. It's like they do everything there. So, this episode, you know, even last week, episode 4, even episode
Mhm.
3, not a lot of action, but man, they are doing a
Oh,
really great
they
job
saved
at
everything. Yeah.
just putting it all together. It's just like I've already watched it twice
Mhm.
already, right? And I'll probably watch it again. I like watching these episodes back to back after they air, just like, okay, now let me
Yeah.
see what's going on. So
Yeah. I hate
really
waiting.
impressive, man. Um, so let's wrap this up, dude. Okay. The Expanse season 6, episode 5.
Mhm.
Why We Fight. Give me your rating.
Like this gets an 8.5 just of Christian's boots alone. Like
Yeah.
her stomping through the space station, I was like
Dude.
8.5. Like let's
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a solid show. Like it. I know they're setting up for the season finale or series finale next week, but
Mm.
it was a solid show. I still love the Expanse. I like all the characters there, even Holden and Philip. I know you don't like Naomi, but like all the people I dislike on the show, I like them. The show's great. They're
Mhm.
great characters. Everything's awesome. I love this show, so I'll go 8.5. I agree with that score.
Okay. Um, dude, okay. Again, I'm not like, I'm not biting off you, but again, I'm giving this an 8.5 because it makes sense. In
Mhm.
Christian, Boots were just, like I said, she is snatched. Whoever is her costume designer, she needs an award or he needs an award because she is flawless every time you see her on all the shows, even when she doesn't
Mhm.
have her jacket or her, little gold on as well, right?
Yeah.
8.5 for me, because it's rare to take a show
Mhm.
and especially like a sci-fi, space fighting show like this here,
Mhm.
and to have episodes where you have maybe 5% fighting and then 95% story building, and it's still a great episode, right?
Yeah. I'm invested in all the characters. Like I care about what happens with them.
Exactly. So I mean, this show was it. This was an excellent show. I still give it an 8.5, but it was an excellent show. I mean, you have the kids on Laconia, then you have all the other characters. You have Marco, Philip. I'm not a fan of Naomi, but I like Naomi. She's part of the crew. She kind of works,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Yeah. We need more
so
peaches though, but yeah.
we need, Peaches. We need more Peaches. We also need more Bobby, and we also need more Christian because Christian may be the person who I don't know. She may be the star of this show. I mean, I
She's
know
the star of
Holden
the show.
is. Yeah.
Holden's supposed to be the star of the show. Christian's the star of the show for
I
me.
think Kristen's the star of the show, man, you know, and when I was watching the episode Why We Fight, I was like, wow, I can see her doing so much more like once the Expanse is over. I've seen her in a lot of other stuff anyway. But
yeah, I've seen her in a
just
bunch
like,
of movies and stuff. But.
yeah, just like, wow, you know. This is the Expanse, man. It's gonna be sad like when it's all over because this is such a great show. And if they can come back with like the other books in some other format, animation, something like that, they should look into it, man. But The Expanse, I'm giving this episode an 8.5. This was a great episode. And I don't know, I guess we're looking at the last episode, are we?
Yeah, it looks like it's the last one. I'll say this is one of the few shows where whenever a different character is on the screen, I'm invested in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shows that you're like, oh, here comes this person. I don't care anymore. Like, I got fast forward or whatever. Everybody, from Marco's side on the Pele, or versus what's going on Earth, or when they're on the moon, or wherever they are, series, or I'm invested in all this stuff that was going on. I liked when Fred Johnson, they were doing the thing with the Mormons. They had like everything about it was interesting. There's not part of this show that's not interesting because the universe is so well crafted. I think that's the quality show.
Also, Marco has a very compelling. His character is extreme. Like the Marco character is compelling. You know,
absolutely.
His charisma. You know, it's something about him. You know, that people like. So I really get that.
You can see why people follow him in the belt. Like he's got his hair in the man bun. He starts talking a little like.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.